What's up, everybody? My name is Jacob Hardison, and today we're doing a track walk. So over the past couple of weeks here, we've been working hard on our indoor track, getting it ready for the Vintage Off-Road Nationals. And today we're going to, of course, give you a track walk. That way you guys know what to expect when you get here. So let's go ahead, we'll swap you around real quick and we'll get into our track walk. So starting out, keeping things nice and simple, we're going to walk down our straightaway. Nothing super crazy here at all. You'll just go in a straight line. We have the loop right at the end. I don't have the grid painted just yet, just because I want to get through practice. That way it doesn't get worn down and go away effectively by the time we get into racing. So there will be a grid there. But you're gonna come into turn one, and it is going to be a 180 into an alternator section here. So you won't get super duper crazy airtime, but there is kind of a more mellow line through the middle. 2 on the inside, 2 on the outside. These first 3 are spaced tighter together, and then you'll have a little bit of distance before you get to this last one. So we'll turn you around here so you can get the reversal view. So I think this is gonna be a pretty good section. Lots of different options, whether it be going from the inside there to the outside, outside to outside, which then makes you a better sweeping line into the next section. Or you can try and come straight through the middle, go straight on the outside, straight on the inside. But then of course, like I said, this outside will then become the inside. So as we turn around here, we're going to have some elevation that goes up to a corner tabletop. I'll step onto the straightaway here so that way you guys can get an idea of what our elevation looks like from the outside. So pretty good here, pretty tall, I think, for a vintage style track. So then you're going to come around the first kind of pizza cut, and that will then drop you. I didn't do a great job painting that line, I apologize. But that'll drop you kind of a stair-ish. And then this is going to be just a nice smooth elevation down into our next section here. And we can't see in the video, there is a little bit of a high spot right in the middle of it. So you'll drop down, come down, and then you'll elevate a little bit back, come down just a little bit, and that will put you into our sweeping elevation turn. So now swapping sides once again, so that way I can show you the elevation of it. You can see, again, it's got some pretty good height to it. It should be pretty similar in height to what that tabletop was over there. And then I've got a little speed hump right in the middle on the inside half of the lane, just to add a little pizzazz. Doesn't give too much lift, but does give a little bit of variability whether you take the inside or the outside line. And then of course, like I said, you know, it's just a smooth elevation sweeping turn that you'll come through, have that hump, and then you will exit onto the kind of back left side of the track here. Nice smooth transitions. And then we have the same tabletop we always have back here, keep it consistent. This is definitely the tallest elevation on the track. Those of you that have been here and have raced here know that this is a pretty good height. It's a big old guy. But you'll pop onto that, you'll come off at an angle, and that will be into a chicane roller section here. So we got 2 rollers that go all the way across the lane. So you get kind of an S back here. And you'll want to, if you want to go for the straightest line, you'll hit this very inside, and then you'll go to the outside, which then becomes the inside. So as we come to the end here, we'll spin you guys around, get you a full view. So you can see there is enough room to get that straight line in there, but of course, with the couple of rollers, it is going to add some variability. So you will still have to do some steering input, but you can definitely get pretty close to straight. And then you'll make a 90-degree into a more aggressive kind of kick roller rather than the smooth roller. You can get a better idea from the side here. not a great idea on video. Once you guys get here in person, you'll see it's gonna be a little bit taller compared to some of my other rollers, and it's got a little bit more of an aggressive face. But this entire section from that last roller to this guy and into our next section can effectively be just a giant sweeping turn, which then feeds you into the one and only double on the track, which is almost smack in the middle. It's very small. I didn't want to do anything super crazy with jumps on this track because I know there's a very wide variety of cars driving on it. So I wanted to give something that would be very good for everything. As you land this double, you'll make a left-hand turn. Now these are gonna be the same triple rollers from the previous layout, but they're very smooth, very easy to go through, nothing crazy at all. And of course, I have the lovely lines painted on top. And this will be a sweeping roller section, which then brings us back to the final part of the track here. Now, as you get into the main sweeping straightaway, I don't know exactly what to call this. It's a giant U effectively, because you'll come from there, come around, and you'll just make one giant U-turn. So this could be, well, it is a sweeping turn. That's got that roller there. So you can come from there, hit the outside line, and then carry speed all the way around, and then cut back in tight at the end there. Or you can come off that, hit this, kind of jump to this outside area, and then do your cut back in, which then will send you down the straightaway. And that will be the entire track walk for the Vintage Off-Road Nationals. I think it's going to be a very, very cool layout. I'll walk up in the driver's seat while I'm chatting here to give you guys a better full view. But I think it's going to be a very cool layout to run on. Definitely gives it that very vintage style. Vintage tracks are definitely not super jumpy, more roller, more elevation-y. So that's where you get the mixture of vintage style with the modern twist, because of course everything is nice and hard packed. So we're going to be on more of a bar style tire rather than the traditional vintage pin style. So I'll give you a view of the full line here. So you'll come down the straightaway, make your 180, come through the alternator section there, up the table, step down, do your elevation sweeping turn there with the hump in the middle. You'll go to the backside tabletop into that S chicane roller section. You'll do a sweeping turn with that more kick roller into the small double, which then will make a 90 into our roller sweeper section. And then we have a nice high speed U-turn all the way back to the main front straightaway line. So we expect to, we're excited to have everybody join us this weekend. We're excited to see everybody and do some vintage racing. Goodbye.